Are you more attractive than you think? 7 signs you're a charismatic older man. Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered whether you still have that same charm you once did? As the years pass, it's natural to question whether people still find you appealing, or if you still turn heads the way you used to. But here's something you might not realize. You could be far more attractive than you give yourself credit for. Attractiveness isn't just about youthful features or a full head of hair. It goes deeper than that. True appeal is something that grows with time. It's about wisdom, confidence, and the way you carry yourself. The way people interact with you, the way they respond in conversation, and even the subtle signals they send all reveal how they perceive you. There are undeniable signs that show you still have a strong and striking presence, even if you don't recognize it yourself. In this video, we'll explore 7 clear indicators that you continue to be a captivating and desirable man. These signs aren't just about physical appearance, but about the energy and presence that naturally draw people in. Whether it's the way you present yourself, the reactions you get from others, or the quiet confidence you exude, these are all hints that you still stand out in a crowd. Stick with me until the end. You may just realize that the very things you overlook about yourself are what make you uniquely appealing. Before we dive in, if you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you never miss a new video. And if you enjoy this content, drop a 1 in the comments. If you think there's room for improvement, type 0, so I can bring you even better insights in the future. Now, let's get started. Sign number 1. People seek your advice or guidance. One of the most telling signs that others find you attractive, whether you realize it or not, is how often people turn to you for advice or assistance. This might not seem like an obvious indicator of attractiveness, but it reveals how others perceive you. As you grow older, your life experiences and calm demeanor set you apart. People recognize that you've weathered life's ups and downs and that you carry a sense of stability that's both reassuring and compelling. Women, in particular, are naturally drawn to men who exude confidence, reliability, and emotional intelligence, all qualities that make you magnetic. Think about it. Have younger men sought out your wisdom on career or relationships? Have friends confided in you about personal matters? Even something as small as a stranger asking you for directions reflects the way people see you as someone worth listening to and trusting. Take Northwood, for example, a man in his late 60s who never saw himself as particularly handsome. Yet, he noticed something interesting. Whether at social events or casual gatherings, people would naturally gravitate toward him. Younger men asked for his insights, and women lingered in conversation, intrigued by his thoughts. He didn't force it. His confidence and ease simply made people feel comfortable. That sense of quiet strength and dependability is deeply attractive, even if it doesn't always come in the form of direct compliments. Unlike younger men who might seek attention, an older man with self-assurance doesn't need to try too hard. People just feel his presence, and women, in particular, take notice. If you find that people tend to turn to you for advice or insight, recognize that as a strong sign of your appeal. Your presence carries weight, and that in itself is magnetic. Sign number 2. People compliment your style and grooming. A man who puts effort into his appearance stands out, no matter his age. If people frequently comment on your style, your grooming, or even the way you carry yourself, take it as a clear sign that you leave a lasting impression. It might seem like a small detail, but these remarks often mean much more than just appreciation for a well-chosen outfit. They show that others see you as put together, confident, and attractive. As men mature, they tend to develop a signature style, one that reflects confidence and self-respect. A tailored blazer, polished shoes, a well-groomed beard, or even a distinctive cologne can all signal that you care about how you present yourself. And women take note of that. Think about it. Have you ever heard comments like, "That color really suits you," or "You always look so sharp"? These are more than just polite observations. They indicate that people find your presence appealing. Take Marcus, a man in his early 60s who never considered himself particularly stylish. Yet, at gatherings or even while running errands, he frequently received compliments on his appearance. At first, he dismissed them, thinking people were just being nice. But over time, he realized that these remarks weren't random. They were a reflection of how others truly saw him. Style isn't about chasing trends. It's about knowing what works for you and wearing it with confidence. If you take pride in how you dress and maintain yourself, and if you notice people responding positively, you can be sure that you're still turning heads more than you realize. If you're enjoying this so far, type Tuku in the comments to let me know you're here. Now, let's move on. Sign number 3. Women hold eye contact with you for longer. Attraction often speaks through body language. One of the strongest signs that women find you attractive is prolonged eye contact. A lingering glance isn't accidental. It's a subconscious signal of curiosity, admiration, or even attraction. Unlike casual glances, these moments last just a second too long, as if the other person is absorbing something about you that intrigues them. Have you ever been in a coffee shop, a bookstore, or even out for a walk and caught someone looking at you more than once? Maybe she quickly glanced away, but soon returned her gaze. That hesitation, that pause before looking away, is often a sign of interest. Take Francis, a man in his early 70s who never thought much about his looks. One day, while browsing books, he noticed a younger woman looking at him. At first, he ignored it, assuming it was nothing, but when he moved to another section, he saw it again. She held her gaze, smiled slightly, then turned back to her book. What Francis didn't realize was that his calm confidence, well-groomed appearance, and composed demeanor had left an impression. She wasn't staring out of curiosity. She was intrigued. Women, regardless of age, appreciate a man who carries himself well. They notice how you move, how you stand, and how you hold yourself. If women frequently maintain eye contact with you for just a bit longer than expected, don't dismiss it. It's a strong indication that you have an undeniable appeal. Sign number 4. People naturally gravitate toward you. One of the most subtle yet powerful signs of attractiveness is how people behave around you. If you notice that others, especially women, seem drawn to you in conversations, gatherings, or even casual encounters, that's a strong indication that you have a magnetic presence. Attractiveness isn't just about a strong jawline or youthful looks. It's about energy. People are instinctively drawn to confidence, self-assurance, and an aura of wisdom. You may not realize it, but you might be radiating those qualities more than you think. Think about the moments when you've entered a room, Have you ever noticed people subtly shifting toward you in conversation? Do interactions flow naturally, with others showing genuine interest in what you have to say? If so, it's because an attractive presence isn't forced. It's simply felt. Take Edgar, a man in his 60s who never considered himself particularly charming, yet at family events, coffee shops, or even waiting in line at the store, women often started conversations with him. They lingered, engaged, and seemed genuinely at ease in his presence. Over time, he realized it wasn't just about what he said, it was the way he carried himself. Confident, calm, and effortlessly intriguing. Women, in particular, gravitate toward men who exude confidence without arrogance. They are naturally drawn to those who make them feel comfortable and engaged. If conversations flow easily around you, if people naturally lean in when you speak, or if they seem genuinely interested in hearing your thoughts, that's not a coincidence. It's a sign of natural attraction. If this resonates with you, type 4 in the comments. Let's move on to the next sign. Sign number 5. You have a confident, relaxed presence. One of the most powerful traits of an attractive older man isn't about appearance at all. It's about how he carries himself. A man who moves through life with a quiet, relaxed confidence stands out in a way that younger men often can't. Unlike those still trying to prove themselves, a self-assured older man knows his worth. And that kind of confidence is magnetic. It's not about being loud or dominating a room. It's about an inner stability that others can feel. When you walk in, do people seem to naturally respect your presence? Do you carry yourself with a calm, effortless energy rather than trying to seek attention? That's the kind of confidence that makes a man attractive at any age. Take Frederick, a 64-year-old who never felt the need to show off. Yet, people always gravitated toward him. When he spoke, they listened. When he entered a space, there was a quiet authority about him, not because he demanded attention, but because he carried himself with ease. In a world full of insecurity, a man who is truly comfortable in his own skin is a rare and attractive thing. Women, especially, take notice of men who don't seek validation, but who also don't hesitate to engage when the moment calls for it. If you recognize this in yourself, type 5 in the comments. Now let's move forward. Sign number 6. You receive compliments on your physical condition. Attractiveness isn't just about looking young. It's about looking healthy, vibrant, and full of life. If people, especially women, have ever casually mentioned that you seem fit, strong, or full of energy, it's a sign that your presence is making an impression. You don't have to be a gym rat to appear attractive. What matters is how you take care of yourself. If you have good posture, a confident walk, and an overall air of vitality, people will notice. Take Lucky, a 61-year-old who never thought of himself as athletic. He simply took morning walks, stayed active, and maintained good posture. One day, a woman half his age casually said, "I hope I have that kind of energy when I reach your age." He brushed it off at first, but then he started noticing a pattern. People often commented on his strength, posture, and energy. What Lucky didn't realize was that health and vitality are deeply attractive traits. Women, especially, are drawn to men who seem active, engaged, and strong, not just in physique, but in how they move and carry themselves. If people have ever said you look strong, energetic, or younger than your age, take it as a sign that your presence is more powerful than you think. If this resonates, type 6 in the comments. Let's move on to the final sign. Sign number 7. Women laugh at your jokes, even the corny ones. Humor is one of the most underrated yet powerful indicators of attraction. If women often laugh at your jokes, even the simple, light-hearted ones, it's a strong sign that they enjoy your company and find you appealing. Laughter isn't just about finding something funny, it's a social response, a way of showing connection and interest. When a woman genuinely laughs at what you say, it's often a reflection of how comfortable and engaged she feels around you. Think about the times you've made a joke, maybe a classic dad joke or a simple play on words. Instead of rolling her eyes, did she laugh, lean in, or keep the conversation going? That's not just politeness, it's a sign of chemistry. Take David, a 71-year-old who always had a knack for light-hearted jokes. He didn't think much of it until he noticed that women always seemed to laugh, linger, and engage more when he spoke. At first, he assumed they were just being polite, but over time, he saw the pattern. His humor was creating a bond. Women love men who can make them laugh. Not in a performative way, but in a way that feels natural, warm, and effortless. If women consistently laugh at your humor, take it as a sign that they enjoy your energy and feel drawn to your presence. Humor signals confidence, intelligence, and emotional ease, all highly attractive traits. If you've noticed this, type 7 in the comments. Final thoughts. You're more attractive than you think. As we wrap this up, take a moment to reflect. Did any of the 7 signs sound familiar? Maybe you've recognized these behaviors in yourself before, or perhaps this has helped you see yourself in a new light. Attractiveness isn't just about youth. It's about presence, confidence, and the way you make people feel. Many men assume that aging makes them less desirable, but the reality is quite the opposite. Your experience, wisdom, and energy are what set you apart. Women notice the way you carry yourself, the confidence you project, and the respect you command. They see the effort you put into your appearance, the way you interact, and the calm self-assurance that only comes with experience. So the next time you wonder whether you still turn heads, remember this: your appeal hasn't faded, it's evolved. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these signs do you recognize in yourself? Which one do you think you can embrace even more? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. If you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep creating great content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.